My name's Buick Davison. I work in the Department of Civil Structural Engineering. I'm a Professor of Structural Engineering there. And I've been involved in editing the 6th and the 7th editions of the Steel Designer's Manual. And the Steel Designer's Manual is affectionately known as the Bible, really, of steel design.
I'm a graduate of the University of Sheffield, and that was when I first got to know Buick, and benefited from his experience.
What the book is designed to do is show people the most efficient way to design steel structures. Steel structures have lots of advantages. They're very cost effective, they're quick to erect. They're a very highly refined method of construction, and what the book is designed to do is show people how to do that efficiently from the design point of view, but also to enable them to produce designs which are going to be really fit for purpose.
I think the thing that makes it very popular is the heritage. I think it was first published in 1953. The strength of the editorial team, the strength of the authorship team, the connection with the Steel Construction Institute, all of these things make this a manual which really does embody all of the information that someone would need when thinking about steel design, when making calculations in steel design, when actually doing steel design.
Every structural engineer's probably got a copy of it somewhere. It's the kind of book that you don't just sit down and read it from cover to cover. It's a bit too heavy for that, but it's always there for anything that you just want to check or any gaps that you've got. You can just sort of duck in, and there's a chapter on pretty much everything. So it's always there to help you out in your hour of need. And this version here, which you can see, is well thumbed and marked up, and this has been through a number of Institution of Structural Engineering examinations and helped me and my colleagues achieve success in that examination.
I've had students come back to me when they've been in practice over the summer, on the summer placement, come back and say to me, "Oh, I saw your book in the office library at work." So it's one of those books that tends to be available for people to consult. And those that are designing regularly in steel probably have their own copy.
The Steel Designer's Manual has been distributed to 74 countries in the world. Most of those countries in multiple units. There's a few where it's only been sold 1 or 2 units, but most of those countries is multiple units.
It's also been translated into other languages. I was at a conference in Italy and was surprised to see a version of the 7th edition of the Steel Designer's Manual in Chinese. I recognised only really my name on the front, and then realised that this is, in fact, was the Steel Designer's Manual, completely translated.
So for myself, it was really nice to be able to get involved on the design of buildings at the University of Sheffield. One of the things I particularly remember about that experience was presenting the proposed structural ideas for both the Diamond and the Pam Liversidge building to Professor Hounslow, the lead of the Faculty of Engineering. And he said to me afterwards that that was good and he understood. Yes, it made a lot of sense. Unfortunately, Buick Davison wasn't there for that presentation, and he said that was a shame because Buick's the structural expert, and maybe I could come back and explain it all again to Buick at some point so that he could tell me whether I'd got it right or not. And I replied that if I'd not got it right, that would be Buick's fault, as Buick taught me everything I know, which Professor Hounslow really liked. He thought that was great that the university had invested their expertise into me, and I'd taken it away and learnt then about how to use that, and was coming back now to apply that knowledge for the benefit of the university in a sort of cycle of, I suppose, sustainability of learning. So, and Buick never told me that I was wrong, so I guess it must have worked okay.